Hello everybody and welcome to this general walkthrough video for the quarterback tournament in the game of Golf Clash. Before we get started, don't forget to hit thumbs up on the video please, and if you're new here make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button for notifications of when we upload new content or go live for some tournament streams. As usual, going to have a look at all of the 9 overviews of the holes, and I will have my arrows and general elevations annotated on. We're going to be discussing some shot options, spins, clubs from all 3 tees, so all 4 divisions in the tournament, but bear in mind these are only suggestions and we will need to adapt and tweak and modify as necessary once we know the different wind directions that we'll have throughout the stages of the tournament. So let's get started with hole number 1. We begin then with a hole from the Eagle Peak, a par 4, and we've had this a fair amount of times, but it does offer a very good chance for eagle. Playing the drive 20% extra downhill for elevation, and I like drivers here with a good ball guide and accuracy. So the quarterback is very good and also the rock. And the idea is that we're going to roll up to those 2 bunkers without coming in too hot, get some topspin on. The ball will usually, as long as you don't have too much topspin, check up and roll back down slightly to a really nice repeatable distance for our drive. From there we're going to take a wood club and we will play the second shot plus 10%, usually 4 to 5 bars of backspin bouncing just before the fringe, and the ball is then going to roll to the top of the green and roll back down to the pin. So sniper is really good here for the ball guide. The alternate you've got here, if you don't fancy that, is you can play to the left using a bit of curl and left spin, or you can go full blast down the right hand side. However, the black line shown here is what I'm going to be trying to secure the eagle in the best way possible. You are going to see a good amount of eagles here on this par 4. Hole 2 is a par 3, often known as the funnel par 3 in the Eagle Peak, and a very, very good chance once again for an extra with this hole. Rookie tee, white line, because of the angle of the other 2 tees to the hole itself. Rookies, the rough bump is not really in place, so we just have to go for a straightforward bounce towards the pin. Still, all tees, I will play this plus 30%. It does play very heavily downhill. Obviously, if you are playing the bounce shot and not the rough bump, got to factor in some secondary bounce wind effect, as there is still some downhill elevation from the first bounce to the pin. Black line showing the rough bump, definitely for pro, expert, and also master. Bouncing where that red cross is nestled before the tree. Sniper is very good here from a pro and expert, and the idea is get the ball guide to the hole. Adjust your numbers plus 30%. Really good chance of a drop. Going to be a little bit tricky if we do have direct headwind here due to where we set up with the sniper, but you will see plenty of holes in one here. Really good opportunity on hole number 2. Over we go to the Sunshine Glades now for the 3rd hole. This is a par 5 and you've got 2 routes here, both pretty decent chance of an albatross to be honest. The one I use the most is the right hand route shown in white on the diagram, bouncing there with some topspin. Beware, do not put too much topspin on here. You want 10% on the drive, and then that leaves you a very nice wood club second shot, 0%, most likely bouncing over, although in certain divisions and tournaments we have played a rough bump here on the second shot, 0%. I would use, if you are going to go left side, if the wind is more favourable there, use the same elevations, 10% on the drive and 0% on the second shot. Only difference of course if you do go left side, if you've got the distance, you'll end up with long iron to the green rather than a wood club. Another par 3 greets us for the 4th hole of this quarterback tournament, and we will most likely be bouncing on that little fairway island there. Red cross indicating the landing spot. Again, a very, very good chance for a hole in one here. The green is not too bumpy, so we do have a decent chance and a good roll to the pin. 10% on the drive here. Obviously, if you are playing from the rear tee, you may well have to adapt your approach and go to bounce directly before the green with a lot of backspin. But for rookie, definitely pro and also expert, the island play is what we're going to be looking at here on hole number 4. Back to Eagle Peak then for hole 5, and this is a very good par 5, also very interesting chance for a drop here. 0% on the drive. I'm always going to go right hand side on this hole. I never play left. So 0% elevation. You will need a good amount of topspin. Do not play with any left spin though. That fairway does slope down to the bunker. So stick a bit of right spin on, definitely, to counteract that roll. Go with as much topspin as you can. Big topper is going to be good for rookies, but obviously when we get up into the divisions, Thor's Hammer, APOC, get the topspin on and get down there. Either then you will have for the second shot a long iron if you go far enough, or if not, wood club. And I would recommend going with wood club with plenty of backspin. High level sniper is good. Alternatively, play with the Guardian. There is a ramp towards the back of the green, and the idea will be to bounce with backspin beyond the pin and then get the ball to roll down for a potential albatross on hole number 5. Hole 6 then, a par 4 that is going to play quite differently depending on what wind we do have. If we get the tailwind shown with the black line and we have the clubs for it, then we need to be going for green. 0% I would play the drive here, both routes. You want to bounce on the fairway where that red cross is marked and then roll down with topspin through the rough. It does go massively downhill towards that green area for a simple wedge or maybe even a putt if you're lucky on hole number 6. If, of course, we don't get send it wind, we are going to have to play more conservatively, and that's the white line that is shown. Top spin, left curl needed to follow the contour of the fairway. You're then going to lay up on the end of that fairway for a short iron, and that plays plus 30%. It's going to be difficult to drop that short iron, but if we do have headwind and can't go for green in 1, then that's the approach we are going to have to take on hole 6. Hole 7 is a difficult par 3, plus 20% from all tees, and there really is only one route that's a decent chance for a hole in 1. Some people do bounce before the main bunker and over, but if you do hit great left or great right, you may well end up in the sand on your second bounce. So I'm going to be playing the route that's shown here. Good marker is to put one of the rings next to the sand on the right hand side there, just for a reference point if you are dialing in. Play it plus 20%, and you're going to need some right spin though. Katana or Kingmaker are going to be very, very good here. It is a difficult hole. It's not the most consistent one, so you're not going to see too many holes in 1 here. But don't come in too hot, because if you do, the green does slope down beyond the pin. Don't think you will danger rough, but you may have yourself a long putter or wedge, and obviously you do want to be going for the hole in 1 here on hole number 7, even though it's a tough drop. The final par 4 then, hole number 8 on the Sunshine Glades here in this quarterback tournament. If the wind allows, we are wanting to bounce directly on the island where that red cross is. Bit of top spin, bit of left spin, bit of left curl, and get us right up to the top of that little piece of fairway to the left of the green. So plenty of topspin is needed here. Plus 10% on the drive. That will then leave a short iron, which I usually play at 0, but obviously if the wind dictates, may have to go 5 or 10%, particularly in crosswind. One thing to note here, though, some of these greens on the Sunshine Glades are a little bit bumpy, and this is no exception. So going to be a bit of detail needed to get a drop here on hole 8. If we do have strong tailwind, then we will, I imagine, be going full blast for green, particularly in Expert and Master Division with a Power 5 ball, in which case that'll be the route to go, be a much better chance at a drop rather than the short iron. And so we finish then, as usual, with the par 5. It's hole 9. We're back on the Eagle Peak. White line for me is the route to go. Obviously, in headwind, this won't be possible to get over there either with 1 bounce or 2. But if we do have tailwind or even crosswind, then we would need to try and get over there, to be honest. Plus 20% on the drive. And from there, you're going to have a wood club playing at plus 10. Either bouncing over, or if you feel brave and find a good spot in the rough for a rough bump, then give that a go as well. If we do have headwind, then the black line is going to be the route, playing with a bit of right spin as well. Get to as much far down to the end of that fairway as you can, and then, even though it looks like a weird shot, you can either play left or right those groups of trees before the green. And there is a very small gap between 2 of the trees if you want to go directly over them, and approach the green in that route. But hopefully we will get wind that will enable us to go left and have a really good shot at the albatross on hole number 9. Thank you for watching the walkthrough. Don't forget to join us on the channel next week. I'll be playing a few different divisions during the week. Looking forward to this tournament. Let me know what you think about the holes in the comment section down below. Obviously, we have had these holes quite a lot recently. They will be well known, so I would expect to see some fairly decent scoring across all divisions in this tournament. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.